You've probably been told your whole life that you need to relax, but lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and doing absolutely nothing might actually be the most psychologically destructive thing you can do to yourself. Mainstream psychology constantly pushes the idea of awake rest. The prevailing theory is that when you stop actively thinking, your subconscious mind takes over, silently working through your most complex problems in the background. It's the classic explanation for why you suddenly get a brilliant idea while shampooing your hair or walking the dog. Stepping away from the desk is supposed to be the ultimate creative hack. But let's be honest about what actually happens when the lights go out. For most of us, an idle brain isn't quietly solving tomorrow's problems. It's hunting for things to panic about. Labeling this state rest ignores its role as a period of profound neurological vulnerability. You are about to see the mechanical reason why your own brain architecture often feels like your worst enemy. To understand why your brain attacks you when you relax, we have to look at how it consumes fuel. Your brain accounts for barely 2% of your total body weight, yet it burns through 20% of your daily metabolic energy. This animated diagram shows a side-by-side comparison of that energy consumption. On the left is a brain doing complex mathematics, and on the right is a brain doing absolutely nothing. The energy demand is virtually identical. That massive energy burn means your brain doesn't actually have an off switch. When you think you are shutting down, your mind is actually booting up a hidden, highly demanding secondary operating system. Idleness triggers the activation of an entirely different, highly energetic mental state. Neuroscientists call this secondary operating system the default mode network, or DMN. It is a specific circuit of brain regions that fires up the exact second you stop paying attention to the outside world. By design, the default mode network is the realm of your imagination. It allows human beings to time travel mentally, looking backward to analyze past experiences, and projecting forward to plan for future outcomes. But if your mind is even slightly vulnerable, this mental time travel quickly turns hostile. Network operates like a gravitational pull. It drags your consciousness into dark emotional spaces entirely against your conscious will. In this state, your own unchecked imagination becomes an instrument of self-torture. To measure the real-world impact of this phenomenon, Harvard researchers tracked thousands of human subjects. They wanted to find the exact correlation between a wandering mind and a person's emotional state. The data revealed an absolute, measurable conclusion. A wandering mind is a less happy mind. There is an evolutionary reason for this misery. Your brain is wired to revisit anxieties and past traumas as an ancient survival mechanism, constantly scanning your memory bank for potential threats. That mechanism kept our early ancestors alive in a dangerous world. But for modern humans sitting safely in a quiet room, getting stuck in this threat scanning mode creates a self-sustaining cycle of stress. Your brain is simply prioritizing your survival over your happiness, which means that when you are idle, your own biology becomes your greatest psychological adversary. This schematic shows a structural weakness. Your mind operates like a seesaw, mechanically linking two competing neural circuits together. On the other side is the task-positive network, or TPN. This network activates only when you are completely immersed in a physical action. Because these two networks are physically linked, they cannot run at the same time. It is biologically impossible to be trapped in the default mode network's anxiety loop while the task-positive network is fully engaged. This gives you a manual override. If you are caught in an active anxiety loop, you have to execute a physical task located entirely outside of your own head. Go chop a carrot, take the dog for a walk, do a jigsaw puzzle. Performing these concrete tasks forces the physical machinery of the brain to click out of one biological mode and snap into another. Taking immediate physical action is the only reliable way to sever the default mode network's seductive hold over your consciousness. Chopping vegetables is a great emergency fix, but there is a long-term structural cure, and it lies in mindfulness meditation. Clinical fMRI scans show exactly how this works on an anatomical level. Regular meditation physically thickens the neural pathways connecting the prefrontal cortex to the default mode network. This thickened pathway acts like a permanent physical leash. It allows your conscious, rational mind to naturally soothe the default mode network without constantly needing an external distraction to save you. If you want to keep learning the biological mechanisms behind your own behavior, hit the subscribe button now. If you scroll past without engaging, you might lose access to these psychological truths forever. Staying engaged with reality keeps the task-positive network in command. The second you stop, your brain's survival loops resume searching for a threat.